Morning, everybody. I'll do a quick video this morning. Whether it helps or not. Does it help? I don't know if it helps. Does it help or not? Who knows? The One of the reasons I'm asking, does it help? Because oh my God, how many more freaking talking faces do we need out there that are useless? They don't help. Does anything? Do they help at all? No, they don't. They don't help at all. I listening to the Bible every morning. I I just am amazed at I guess number one the brutality of our Lord and Savior. He was, but the Israelites were just the worst people. I watched a debate slash between some Muslims and Christians the other day, and the Muslims were asked, "How come? How come you gonna kill somebody if they leave your religion? Why would you do that?" Well, that's what the Quran says. So y'all still do that till today. And then they think they've got the Christians. They ain't like, yeah, well, look at your Bible, look at your God. And kill a bunch of people too, man. Terrible. Just kill. A lot of people. Like, yeah, but God made a new covenant. Stop that completely. Yeah, y'all stopped it. Hold on. Fred, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Sorry. So they're like, yeah, see, y'all's word changes. It changed. Y'all didn't have the same word from the beginning to now. Yeah. Your God ain't no good. He changes, and it's like, oh my God. It's like he understood it all. Old Testament, New Testament. He tried. He gave Jews a chance. He gave them a chance, man. It's all good. But Muhammad never did that. Muhammad never said, okay, wait a minute. So, stop the way we're doing this. You guys, y'all don't follow the rules very good. Y'all don't follow the rules at all. Y'all just kill when you want to kill. Just do what you want to do. We got to do this different. Muhammad never did that. Muhammad, because he couldn't. He's no God. But they just keep on. Even these young men today, they're like, Christians actually said, if America was to turn to Sharia law tomorrow, you would want me dead, would you not? Unless I converted to Islam. If you're gonna, if we have a strict Muslim, Sharia rule, yes, yeah. He goes, and you want me dead? And he's like, yeah, unless you convert, unless you follow Muhammad. What the hell kind of religion is that? You want me dead unless I do it your way. That's their deal. We want you dead, man. You're gonna die unless you do it our way. And then if you do it our way, you're gonna pay us. You're gonna pay us every month to be a Muslim. And it's funny. There's a lot of things. Got a lot of people. Wake and bake with you guys. Sorry. They agree on Islam. They're very strict, in their sexual immoralities and stuff. But I think there's been video of ragheads having relations with certain, animals or things. Just saying. They like to play that game. But when it comes to it, we've all seen and heard the stories. Nobody's perfect, right? No religion's participants are perfect, that's for sure. But it's pretty amazing. And these guys were fairly young. They were in their mid to late 20s, maybe early 30s. not very old, and they were just adamant. It's the way it is. That's the way it is. If I was asked there, if I was asked by Islam to pick up arms and kill Christians, yeah, I'd do it. And they're just like, wow, wow. Yeah, but you just don't understand. You got to follow the law strictly. And I admit, you got to admit, Western society, we just let the morals fly, man, and whatever. And that's because why? We're in the end times. The devil is. You guys. Oh, Fred, no. No way, Fred. Fred wants to go bark with everybody else. Hold on. Come on, Fred. You're going to go bark. Go. Go. Yeah. Go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Y'all go kill him. Whatever it is y'all going to kill out there. Go kill it. Sorry. Now they're going to sit there and bark. And I know. I just realized the other day when I was watching one of my videos back, my dog's barking like that in the background. My dog's laying under my feet here, growling, fighting with each other. I don't hear it. I've kind of, I tuned it out. It's like, anything else. Tune it out. I heard you, Fred, you lazy bastard. You're the worst, Fred. Just the worst. What was I saying? Oh my God. Oh, these dogs though. What do you do? I was talking about the, those guys on that interview, and for them, and like all the other religions except for Christianity, they believe in their works. You got to do your works. And it's funny listening to these people. They're non-Christians. Well, I call them non-Christians. A lot of them call themselves Christians. But they're out there spewing this crap about, there's a lot of pathways to God. There's a lot of ways to get to heaven. You're a good person, if you're nice and open doors for old ladies, you'll go to heaven. You'll go straight to heaven. And then, wow. Then you got the Mormons who are like, when you die, you're going to get your own planet. You're going to have your own freaking thing. What? And then Christianity is just like, hey, repent, turn from sin, and do your best. Love the Lord with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul. And cut and dry. Repent, turn away. And that's what so many people don't get. I don't understand why so many people in these debates, the Christians just don't go, look, it's pretty simple with Christianity. You trust and believe in the Lord, and you do your best every day to walk in His word. And when you slip, you can take solace in the fact that you can repent and you turn from that sin. As long as you turn from that sin, you're forgiven. It's just the simple fact that when people don't turn, I'm going to stop, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But they don't stop. They just keep doing the same thing over and over. And that's why homosexuals, I don't care how good a Christian you are, you keep doing that sin, and you're doing no good. Oh, but it's love. No, it's lust. It's lust. I just can't imagine God would have programmed into man's heart for a man to be in love with another man the way he is a woman. I don't think we have that capacity. I don't think these people understand whatsoever about that. They call it love. It's lust. It has nothing to do with love. They want to play by the rules of their own making. They want to make sure that they're happy and comfortable. I don't think so. I think the way the Lord wants it. If you're happy and comfortable in your sin, you're not doing such a great job. And that's one of the things that gets me is the homosexuals and that ilk in the Christian community just going, oh, we're so happy. Oh, we just, da, da. How can you be happy? How can you be happy? Going completely against God and God's nature. How? I just don't understand it. And how can they read the Bible and skip those verses like they're not even there? Or how can they read those verses as they? Doesn't mean me. I'm doing it different. What is it? And does it help to say anything to these people? Does it help to point out, these inconsistencies? Does it help? Sorry, Fred's just an idiot. He's back and forth. But does it help? Does any of this help? Does it help that there are now 1,000 different podcasts out there on any and every subject? Does it help? Does it change anything? I don't know. I watched some really crazy shit. This whole political thing going on is just so insulting. I think more than anything, it's just such an insult. It's like in sports. Forever, we've known it's fixed, especially the professional sports, and you see it. You see it blatant. Refs fixing the game, cheating, favoring one team. And you know what's going on, and they're like, nah, they just lost, man. They ain't got nothing to do with cheating. That's all good. They're just a good team. Hi, Stanley. Sitting down there whining at me. But does it do any good? Does it help? Does it help? Does it make them feel better? Well, I don't know. In the sports world, poor old Deion Sanders. he got ripped, man, after he lost his first game. But he said something last night. Oh my God, I had it on my head and I forgot. Oh my God, what was it they were referencing? He was doing a press conference, and he's supposed to be a Christian. And they brought up, what was it? Dadgum, I can't remember what it was. And they brought up something to do with, I want to say a transvestite, and or some gays doing something. And he was like, yeah, them folks are good. They're good people. I like them. They're all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And I was like, why are you endorsing them? What are you doing, Deion? Why are you endorsing that? I didn't understand it. I didn't like it. It was weird. I didn't care for that at all. He was endorsing something that was pretty unendorsable. Oh, this is great. I gotta play this for you guys. This is so funny. This guy does a good job. Let's see, I got to. There we go. There's the screen. There. Share. Alrighty. This is funny. This guy does a pretty good job.
This is Joe Biden, the President of the United States.
I may be Irish.
Now, love, he calls him the resident of the United States. That's funny. The resident.
But I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter, so I got a little Italian in me now.
Insulting to the Irish and the.
Now, how if you married an Italian? Do you have a little Italian in you now? Or maybe she a little Irishman in her, at some point, but how do you have Italian in you now? Now listen to this. This is great.
The country of Ireland? Absolutely. But it also needs to be pointed out that Joe Biden's wife, Dr. Jill Biden, well, her maiden name is Jacobs because her father's name is Donald Jacobs. Giacoppa, Jacobs, same difference. So who the hell is Dominic Giacoppa, you ask? Well, that's Dr. Jill's grandfather on her father's side. So when Joe Biden says,
I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter.
that would mean Joe Biden married Jill's aunt?
I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid.
And that wasn't the first time Biden has made a joke about marrying an Italian. Back in 2013, at an event hosted by the Italian ambassador, Biden is quoted as saying, I'm always referred to as an Irish politician, but I was smart enough to marry Dominic Giacoppa's granddaughter. So I guess it could be funny, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
But in recent years, that joke has devolved into something a lot more insulting.
Well, I just want you to know, I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter.
No, you didn't, stupid.
No, you didn't.
But whatever. For Joe Biden, stupid is par for the course.
Well, I want to thank Secretary Raimondo for making this forum a success, particularly in Prosper Africa Deal Room.
What?
That sounds like something that we shouldn't be saying.
I think Biden thinks that the deal room is like the champagne room at a strip club.
Prosper Africa Deal Room. I kept asking, where's the deal room?
81 million votes, guys. Anyway, over the last year or so, there have been multiple think pieces exploring the question, should Biden run for a second term? And one progressive group, Roots Action, took it a step further and released the following ad called Don't Run Joe.
It's absolutely critical that we don't allow a Republican to win the White House in 2024.
Oh man, you know it's serious because the video is letterboxed for some reason.
I'm concerned with Joe Biden's low polling.
With his low popularity, it's way too much of a gamble.
This is referring to exit poll results from the National Election Poll, a consortium that includes ABC News, CBS News, CNN, and NBC News. They found that 67% of all voters do not want to see Joe Biden run for president in 2024. But keep in mind that 67% of that 67% voted for Republicans. Slightly confusing, I know. But what this roughly means is that only 1 out of 4 Democrat voters want to see Joe Biden run for a second term.
The threat of the GOP has become all too obvious. The stakes could not be higher.
It's weird having Rachel Levine attacking Joe Biden like that, but okay.
If he runs, the election is at serious risk.
Joe Biden representing the status quo in 2024 simply won't cut it.
So according to this New Hampshire voter, Joe Biden represents the status quo, the definition of which means the existing state of affairs, especially regarding social or political issues.
We can't afford to risk the White House to a Republican who could defeat status quo Joe.
Calling Biden status quo Joe isn't going to stick, because in the less than 2 years he's been in office, he's been the exact opposite. Biden just so happens to be the most radical president of our lifetime who has decimated our border security, ruined our energy independence, threatened our national security, and mismanaged our recovering economy.
There's no question that we have a climate emergency. It's a question of willingness to do something about it.
It's not the time for half measures. All Americans need universal health care now.
There's no room to compromise when our abortion rights are on the line.
Status quo Joe is for all of those things, yet the ad is trying to convince voters that since Joe Biden isn't progressive enough, that he will be a drag on the Democrats in 2024. According to this recent CNN SSRS poll, 72% of Democrats / Democrat-leaning independents would prefer a nominee other than Joe Biden. But notice that there is not a consensus as to whom should be the nominee. And ranking highest on that list is former South Bend, Indiana mayor and current Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, who garnered 5% support. Governor Gavin Newsom and Senator Bernie Sanders each received 4%. Vice President Kamala Harris received a whopping 3%, and Elizabeth Warren, i.e. Senator Karen, garnered 2%. Then the rest of that list comes in at 1% each, including Senator Cory Booker, Governor Jared Polis, Michelle Obama, Senator Amy Klobuchar, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, or someone younger. And consider that just about everyone on the planet is younger than Joe Biden, so that could be just about everyone.
Our ideas are way more popular than Joe Biden is.
Joe Biden running undermines the Democratic Party's chances in 2024.
So what the ad isn't telling you is that despite Biden's lack of popularity, of the Democrats and Democrat-leading independents who prefer a nominee other than Joe Biden, 78% would still vote for him, with 51% saying they will definitely vote for him, and 28% saying that they will probably vote for him. And if the past two elections have proved anything, it's that Democrats will turn out and cast their ballot for anyone with a D next to their name.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
And remember, Joe Biden got the most votes ever in a presidential election, despite Joe Biden being Joe Biden.
Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
Pro tip, never take parenting.
That was one of the worst ever, wasn't it? Make sure your kids hear words. Turn the radio record player on at night so that they can hear words.
Advice from Joe Biden. I mean, look how his son Hunter turned out. And speaking of Hunter, when it comes to the Don't Run Joe ad, it makes no mention of Joe Biden's corruption, the alleged involvement with his son's foreign business dealings, and how it's all going to be investigated in the next Congress. No, instead, Roots Action is complaining that Joe Biden's not progressive enough.
Status quo, Joe.
In a statement, Roots Action said, "Our outreach to people who vote in New Hampshire's Democratic primaries is just getting started, and we will soon be expanding to other early primary states." What a waste of money. It's supposed to be targeting New Hampshire voters, but they're running this ad at least a year and 3 months before the New Hampshire primary with no viable candidate to replace him. And if Joe Biden is so unpopular with voters, then why do you need an ad to tell voters how unpopular Joe Biden is? Furthermore, if you're going to use a free After Effects template to create graphics, the very least you could do is replace the placeholder text. Doubtful two-bed way pleasure confined followed. Shoo up ye away, no eyes life, or wear this. Perfectly did suspicion daughters, but his intention.
We can't afford to lose. Don't run, Joe.
Don't run, Joe.
Don't run, Joe.
Don't run, Joe.
Do you think that Joe Biden gives a that a hard left progressive group is calling him status quo Joe? Joe Biden won't even stop lying about things even after he's been called out on it.
And, you know, I think that there's I've been in and out, not as obviously combatant, but in and out of Afghanistan, Iraq, and his areas 38, 39 times. As not as president, only twice as president.
And as per usual, Joe Biden has been telling this lie for years, despite the fact that he's been debunked by both the Washington Post and PolitiFact. In PolitiFact's article on the matter, they gave him a false rating, writing, Biden's campaign later clarified and told the Washington Post that the correct number was actually 21.
One of the last times I flew into Iraq, I went up in the cockpit and they fly me what's called a silver bullet when they fly the president, and there's a special container in the plane they stick in. And I went up with a group.
Except as president, Joe Biden has been to Iraq or Afghanistan 0 times. Next thing you know, Biden will claim that he was the ghost of Kiev.
You know, my dad, when I got elected vice president, he said, Joey, Uncle Frank fought in the Battle of the Bulge. He was not feeling very well now, not because of the Battle of the Bulge, but he said, and he won the Purple Heart, and he never received it. He never got it. Do you think you could help him get it? We'll surprise him.
Okay, so for clarity, Joe Biden Jr. was elected vice president. Joe Biden Sr. was like, hey, your Uncle Frank is in poor health. Think you can help him get the Purple Heart he never got? And then Biden claims he did just that.
I said, Uncle Frank, you won this, and I went to He said, I don't want the damn thing. I'm serious. He said, I don't want it. I said, what's the matter, Uncle Frank? You earned it. He said, yeah, but the others died. The others died. I lived. I don't want it.
Okay, Joe Biden was vice president from 2009 to 2017. And the story of Uncle Frank and the Purple Heart supposedly took place sometime during that period. However, there are a couple of small, insignificant details. Joe Biden Sr. died in 2002, and Uncle Frank died in 1999. Not to mention that there isn't any proof that Frank Biden even received the Purple Heart in the first place. And as the New York Post points out, Frank Biden's tombstone does not identify him as a Purple Heart honoree, nor does his obituary. And Uncle Frank's reaction to his nephew trying to pin the Purple Heart in his chest sounds strikingly familiar to a story that Biden used to tell on the 2020 campaign trail about giving a medal to a Navy captain. A story that wasn't true, by the way.
And the general wanted me to pin the silver star on him. I got up there and stand and said, God's truth, my word is a Biden. He stood at attention. I went to pin him. I said, sir, I don't want the damn thing. I said, Uncle Frank, you won this, and I went to He said, I don't want the damn thing. Do not do that. He died. He died. I said, what's the matter, Uncle Frank? You earned it. He said, yeah, but the others died. The others died. I lived. I don't want it. I don't want the damn thing.
So did Frank Biden actually win a Purple Heart? Who knows? But all signs point to the Uncle Frank Biden story being, at the very least, mostly bullshit. Just like when Joe Biden lied about being a top student in college, or how he lied about marching in civil rights protests and getting arrested, or how he lied about driving a tractor trailer, or how he grew up in the Puerto Rican community, or the lie about his house burning down when in fact it was only a small kitchen fire. And don't forget about his lie about having a conversation with a train conductor who had retired more than a decade prior and had died 2 years before the conversation supposedly took place.
I don't know, man. What do you do? What do you do? That's crazy. How did they get by with it? How? I mean, how does he get to lie about so many things? And does it help to point it out? Obviously not. It doesn't make a difference. When you point it out, yeah, he's the best we got, folks. Think about that. Think about that. Look what they've done to us. I mean, I can't think of anything else that they've done to us that is as big a hoax, other than, the CV deal, the whole jab situation, because he's a hoax, man. He's such a joke. It's just a joke. It's not real. He has no grasp on reality. I just think it'd be funny. I mean, it'd be like watching a car wreck. It'd be sad but funny if he would debate Trump. I was watching a podcast yesterday with Carrie Lake, and they were asking her if she'd take the VP job with Trump. I think she should. I think she'd be a good VP choice for him, because I would love to see her debate Kamala. That'd be like a professor debating a fourth grader. It would that'd be good entertainment. That would be funny. That would be funny to see Kamala get up there and go, We are here today because where we're at is where we need to be when things are at times of being where you should be. And therefore, we are grateful to be where we are in these times because these times are where we're at. I mean, that's how those people sound. They're just ignorant. How does this happen? How does it happen? How did we let this get this way? How did we get here? We know how we got here. It's the short season of the devil loosed. I mean, I'm 100,000% convinced now that that's where we are because it just nothing else explains it. Nothing. How else could you get almost? I'm not going to say almost. I'm just going to say pretty much a carbon copy, just a flip side of exactly what the Bible says the end times when Christ returns looks like. How society turns, how society sins, how society is so immoral. I mean, it's almost a carbon copy of what's going on today. And what does the devil do? He mocks. He just mocks. He can't create. He can't do anything. But what better way to just take us right on down that path to deceive the nations once more? To deceive once more for that short season. Because it's just nothing else makes any sense. In my lifetime, it literally makes zero sense to me how once they caught the first priest touching anybody, it should have been just a campaign right there and then of never again. This will never happen again in the church. This is God's dwelling place. So no way. It's never gonna happen again. But it didn't. It got worse. But we don't even really know how bad it is. They've covered it up so much. So if that's not a sign the devil's loose, I don't know what is. Fred, stop. What are you doing? You know, the materialism in these times. You know, nothing else matters but your stuff. You know, your stuff. How did these TikTok influencers? Oh my God, talk about false prophets leading people astray, teaching these young girls. Right? You can be rich and famous. All you have to do is get online here and act an ass. Be immoral. Be ignorant. And you'll get rich and famous. It's pretty amazing when you watch these podcasts. I forget the name of that one, but they always have these Christian guys, and they bring on these girls that are, have channels on OnlyFans, and they do porn and stuff. And those poor ignorant girls are just so led astray. It's so bad. They get upset with these Christian guys who are like, I would not sleep with a transgender. I wouldn't. I'm not a homosexual. Oh, they get all upset. Why would you? How can you say that? It's not homosexual. It's a woman. No, it's not. And they get mad at these guys. And they're like, it's a man. He just got makeup and shit. No. How dare you say that? I'm not going to lie. Does it help? Does it help to tell these people the truth at all? Because you tell them the truth, you show them the truth right in front of their freaking faces, and they just get mad and walk away. They don't. Do they walk away and contemplate and change their ways? I don't think so. They just agree that they're the best. They're right. It's weird. I watched a debate between this psychopathic lefty saying that children up to 7 years old, which, who was it? Goebbels, that said, you give me your children until they're 7 years old and I will train them the way I want them. But she's arguing that At 7 years old is a perfect time to be teaching children about all these subjects because they're pliable, they're elastic. Yeah, you can indoctrinate them. We know that. That's why we're saying to stop. That's why we're saying stop what you're doing. You're ruining these children. And think about it, man. My grandkids are going to probably see movies and hear stories about these poor kids that their parents took them and had them mutilated. And as they got older, it was like it was a nightmare. I ain't seen a good story yet. These transvestites keep saying, oh, once they have the surgery, they're so happy. Okay, show me some examples, because I've seen lots of examples of people that are regretting that shit and regret that bad. I guess the most famous one, that Jazz, whatever her name is, they've got his mom on video going, have you dilated your opening today? Because if you don't do it, you know what'll happen. You have to dilate it every day. And if you're not going to do it, I will. What? You're going to go take your adult thing and force it to let you dilate its fake orifice so it stays open? Because if you don't, it'll close up. Wow, that sounds just like heaven. Heaven, I say. Just such and a psychosis. Nobody, does it help at all to say these people are crazy? No, you hear it all the time. These people have body dysmorphia. No, they don't. They were just born in the wrong body. Okay, fine. I was born in the wrong body. I'm not Tommy Garland. I'm Tom Brady. That's what it should have been. I was born in the wrong body. Whatever. Mental illness is just so rampant right now. These people can't be serious when you see them have these arguments with people on the street about things about like abortion. Those people are just, they won't hear it. You can't convince them in any way that that's a human. They're convinced it's just a clump of cells. It's like a piece of garbage on the floor. You just throw it out. It doesn't matter. It was there and now it's gone. It was nothing and now it is still nothing. Can't convince them any other way. It doesn't help. Doesn't help to give them the truth. They say they want the truth and the facts. You give them the truth and the facts, and they get mad at you and call you names. Yeah, you're a bigot, homophobe, transphobe. You're a phobe of everything because you don't believe my lies. Douglas Murray had probably one of the best takes on it. He said, it used to be with the homosexual agenda. You just wanted to be left alone and be able to live in public. Not be in the closet. And nowadays, it's that they get to go outside all the norms, outside all the boundaries, and we're supposed to agree and participate and let them do whatever they want. We can't have an opinion. We can't say, whoa, no, see, we can't have that opinion now because we're not one of them. That's like the old story of, do you have a uterus? Unless you have a uterus, you don't have any say. Wait a minute, I contributed the sperm. You couldn't have got there without me. Yeah, but you ain't got a uterus. What? That's the dumbest shit. Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah, you just go along with us or you're our enemy. And that's what's so beautiful. They're so hateful. Oh my God. Every one of those groups is just pure hate. Just if you're not on their team, you're hated. It don't matter. You could be next saint in line to be anointed, and they hate you because you ain't doing it the way they want you to. Did you see the quote from the world intellectual genius Taylor Swift? Said, "I'm a Christian, and true Christians believe in abortion rights." Whatever. Why did they let this bimbo talk? Why did they even let her out of her box? Why don't they just start hauling the hologram around? Keep her out of public. Just use the hologram. Just beam the hologram on stage a couple of nights a week. Take your money. Leave us alone. Don't let her talk. We don't want to hear it. She doesn't help. She doesn't help your case. But how did this many people? I just don't get it. I don't know how this many people got this so freaking radical left. It's got to be the colleges. That's the only answer is colleges. And my generation of parents, try not to be so hard on their kids like our parents were on us. And that's a bad thing. That's been a bad thing. And I've heard lots of people my age say, oh yeah, we have it better than our parents had it. And we did things different. We didn't treat our kids so harsh. We didn't beat our kids, whatever. We didn't treat them that way. We raised our kids different. Yeah, look at them now. Look at them. And the whole idea, I still grabs me. Those dogs. It still grabs me that my whole life, from elementary school on, that was all we ever heard was, you got to go to college. What are you going to be when you grow up? What are you going to do? You're going to go to college, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer. What are you going to be? I was saying in elementary school, I wanted to go out and play, man. Leave me the hell alone. What do you mean go to college? I don't go to college. Even in junior high and high school, man, I was chasing girls, smoking weed, playing my sports. My dad had a business. In the back of my mind, I was always, the worst case scenario, I go work at my old man's place. Quit asking me. I don't see college. My brother went for almost 8 years and was headed towards a mechanical engineering degree. And he liked partying and running around too much and just couldn't pull it off semester after semester. And my dad kept on paying and paying and paying. He went to Texas Tech. That's expensive school. Even provided him a place to live. He shared a duplex with a couple of guys, a couple of his friends, and never got his degree. I think he's still like only about 14 hours short of having a mechanical engineering degree. But he never did it. Cost my dad tens of thousands of dollars. And he went just doing what he did since he was 10 years old. Same thing. He was just an 8-year bypass. But the whole time he was in college, he was working doing air conditioning and heating. And then he quits college and keeps doing it. So, way to go, bro. I at least only used $2,500 of dad's sacred money to educate myself. I think we talked about it one day, and this is in 1984, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. He went like 6 years and quit for a year. Then went back like 91, 92. And I went to surgical tech school in 1990. It was 1 year. And I was done, out, job, making money. And my brother was still going to college and working part-time. And I had already gotten married and divorced. I wonder if my ex-wife ever got remarried. I hope not. I hope not. Oh, I hope not. I hope she's happy, but I hope she didn't remarry. She's crazy. That bitch was crazy, man. She was crazy. And it was one of those switch deals. Everything was cool till we got married, man. Like the next day, switch was flicked, and wow, she just got worse and worse. It was crazy. But we both agreed, hey, fine, You gonna be like this? I'll finish surgical tech school. We'll get divorced. I'll go my way, you go your way. We bought a house, I'll let her have it. We bought a car, I'll let her have it. We didn't go to court, we didn't do nothing. I took the shit that was mine when we got married. We'd only been married right at 2 years, barely made 2 years. I took all my shit that I had, loaded it in my truck, and found me a place, and I left. And she called me one day and said, yeah, the papers are ready. I said, where am I going? Give me the address. Went to the lawyer's office, went in, signed them. I think it cost me $200. Yeah, it was like $200. Done. Saw her one more time after that. We were in Lubbock. Alex was maybe a year old. I think we were going for a football game or something there. And I just wanted to go by and see if she still lived in our house, or unless she had sold it. And went by. And she'd been taking care of the house. And I went and knocked on the door. Had Alex with me. Said, hello, how are you? Good. It was cordial. This is my baby girl, Alex. Okay. Looked at the house. She kept the house up fine. Wasn't married. She might have gone lesbian. Who knows? She's weird. But I didn't see any sign then of a man in her life. But that's old. That's old news. It doesn't help to go back. But you just think all the way back to then. And they were doing to us then. And we trusted too much. I was always told, don't buy it unless it has FDA stamp on it, because that tells you it's been looked at, checked, tested, it's safe, it's good for you. Well, we now know that's not true in any form or fashion. We know that's not true. We were told that if the government investigated it, it couldn't get any more legit investigation than FBI and our intelligence agencies, that they only reported the truth to us. I found out that ain't true. It's just been awful. Just awful. We elect these people year after year, decade after decade. They all sing basically the same song. I'm here for you. I'll make sure you're represented. And it just gets worse. It doesn't get any better. And does voting help? Does it help? Does voting help? I don't know that it does anymore. There might have been a time when it helped, when it worked, when you can make change through it. But in my lifetime, it just doesn't seem to, it's not there. Because I know too many times I'd ask in the past, how do these people keep getting reelected, especially here in Texas? How do they keep getting reelected with Texas being so red, and these areas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, they're just so leftist. They're just so radical left. And these people keep voting these jackweeds in. I mean, here in Texas, I've always just called it the name association. They look on the ballot, they see the name they recognize, and they're like, oh yeah, that's been my senator. Oh yeah, who are these other names? I don't even know. I know who they are. I know that name. Check the box. I know that name. Check the box. Oh, it's a Democrat? Republican? Okay. Straight Republican, straight Democrat ticket. I've done that before. Straight ticket. I could have helped like some really bad people. Because I wasn't informed. I didn't know who these down ballot people were. I mean, I didn't. Railroad commissioners and shit like that. But the railroad commissioner in Texas, man, that dude's he's got a powerful job, man. Railroad commissioner in Texas can lay the wood to your ass if you don't do what he wants. It's probably not the only position here that's like that, but they always make themselves positions that they can they can take it to us. What do you do? What do you do? Doesn't help to complain. It doesn't help to write your congressman, your senators, your president. It doesn't help protesting. It doesn't help voting. It doesn't help praying. Well, I mean, prayer helps, but not with these imbeciles. I don't think. I mean, I can pray every day that Joe Biden become coherent and intelligent. I don't know that the Lord is willing to work that miracle, because it would be. But they put us in these positions and force this stuff on us and tell us it's good for us. Yeah, Joe's out there right now saying, when I took office, this country was on its back. It was in ruins. It was a disaster. And I brought it back. The economy is back. I stopped COVID. I stopped COVID. That's what he's saying. I stopped it. I did what I said I was going to do. I brought millions of jobs. Millions of jobs. Sure you did, Joe. Any job that you're claiming is a job that was shut down by you, and they just now getting it back. That's all that shit is. It's crazy. They just thought, what? I don't understand why. The first time I found out, like the unemployment statistics are not a complete picture. Why somebody didn't go, stop, whoa. Wait, no. If we're going to do these numbers, we need them right. We don't need this bullshit. Same thing with the inflation rate, you know. What's the inflation rate? Well, they don't count, gas and food. Those are the two most expensive things we got that everybody has to have, but they don't count them, And somebody should have said, whoa, why are we doing this fuzzy, freaky math? Why are we doing the facts, not the truth? And the truth, I'm sure the truth is we're more than $32 trillion in debt. I'm sure we're way more than that. I mean, how many of those presidents in the past have made the phone call? Call Fort Knox. I'm coming over. President's coming over? Yeah, president's coming over. Where's your biggest vault? Right back here, sir. Walk in, grab a couple of bars. Leave. Mr. President, what? You gonna say something? I'm the president. Isn't my spending money? I mean, it's like that's. I mean, it might as well be that kind of theft. I just don't understand like the stats they show us. Man, that ankle still hurts. I don't know how loud it was, but I was taking that brace off of my ankle a while ago. But they showed a deal. Elizabeth Warren. I saw a deal yesterday. Elizabeth Warren, when she took office, her and her husband's net worth was $2 million. Now she's $50 million. How'd that happen? All of them are that way. They go in, they're not even millionaires. Within a couple of years, they're millionaires, multimillionaires. And nobody goes, whoa, hey, oh, what's going on here, folks? No, anybody says something, they're like, well, I tell you what, you can get a committee. We're going to look into that. We're going to investigate that. And they do. Form a committee. Hire lawyers. Pay these lawyers $1 million a year for their inquiry. To help them with their inquiry. They're investigating the things you're upset about. We're looking into it. And 2, 3, 4, 5 years go by. Congress has changed. You call up, hey, what's going on with this inquiry about that? Yeah, we're going to be putting out a report. We'll be putting out a report here soon. They put out a report, says, yeah, people messed up, and we're gonna look at some policy to fix that in the future. And everybody goes, oh, okay. Nothing ever changes. Nothing gets fixed. All these congressional hearings, you go all the way back to the McCarthy hearings and the Watergate hearings, and these people are pounding the desk, and they're they're uncovering the corruption, and what happened? Nothing. One or two stooges get a little slap on the wrist, get to fade off into the sunset in retirement. Done. Nothing changes. People enrich themselves all the way through the process, and we're the dupes. We're the dupes. It's pretty sad when Hillary Clinton gets kicked off the Warren Commission. And the Warren Commission that investigated Watergate, because she was too crooked. She's doing crooked shit, and they're like, hey, little lady, you're a pretty new lawyer. We don't do that kind of stuff here. You're going to have to go. We can't have your kind here. And she's like, I'm trying to help you, motherfuckers. I'm trying to cheat with you. I'm showing you the best ways to do it. We got our own ways of cheating here, okay, Glassy? You wait till your own chance to cheat. You get your own congressional hearings, and then you can cheat. And she did. She got into Benghazi, and at this point, what difference does it make? People are dead. So what? Can't do anything about it now. Leave me alone. That's what she's saying. Joe Biden, that one interview, they're asking about Afghanistan. Says, hey, that was 4 or 5 days ago. Well, why are we still going into that? Because you left $60 billion worth of equipment there. People died. 13 people died. What do you mean? It was 4 or 5 days ago. That's it? Put a lid on it? It's old ancient history. Does it help? The complaint. Does it help? Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I think I feel better after ranting and raving, but does it really help? All I got's the love of a good woman, love of my pets, all my dogs, and my roof over my head. I'm blessed. What can you do? Got my whole life. Heard the same thing. If you don't vote, you can't complain. Well, now I find out that if you do vote, you should complain because your vote don't count. Those people that weren't voting, they're pretty much right. What good does it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't. All those years, man, everybody was thinking the same way. I was the same way. Everybody get out and vote. Go vote. We got to change this shit. And you go vote, nothing changes. How did we lose? How did they lose? You can't believe it. Even as far back with Romney and Obama's second term. I didn't know anybody that voted for Obama. Everybody was saying that. Do you know anybody that voted for Obama? I didn't know anybody. I today for sure don't know anybody that voted for Biden. They're so scarce. I mean, these days and in 2020, you couldn't sling a dead cat without hitting a Trump supporter. You couldn't find a freaking Biden supporter if you're handing out money. It was just, they're not there. There's no way. Like the guy says on that video, 81 million votes. Sure. Right. There's a lot of people are doing these on the street deals, walking up to people. Hey, you gonna vote next election? Yeah. Who you gonna vote for? Most of them are saying Trump, and the ones that are Democrats, they're saying Trump are like, I can't take this anymore. They're crazy. They're crazy. Once they came for the kids, I think that changed a lot of people on the left's minds when they really started coming for the kids. When they started calling you transphobe and homophobe, when you went, whoa, get that grown man out of here with no clothes on. What are you doing? There's kids in here. And people are like, oh no, you shut up and sit down. This is culture. These kids need to learn about this. What? What? Lost me. Well, they never had me, but a lot of Democrats. I hope they see the light. And anymore, I think I'm going to just start calling them the Democrats, because there's nothing about democracy the way they act. They're devils, the Democrats. And we're the retardicans, because my whole life, man, they're just squishy Republicans. They ain't getting a wide opening layup, and they double dribble. They can't ever freaking score. They can't ever take advantage of the situation when they're in charge. They always just fumble the ball. It's a uniparty thing. They see each other in the halls going, okay, you know what we're doing next week? We're going to bring those charges, remember? Yeah. We'll make sure and get out the protesters and stuff. We'll burn some shit. We'll make it look good. We got you. High five each other. See you on the floor. This fucking, what else could it be? There's no way they're walking the halls of Congress going, you're so freaking radical, dude. You're dangerous. You've got to stop this. Why are you people doing this? You're harming kids. You're ruining our food supply. You're ruining our energy. You're ruining our monetary fund. You're ruining everything. Stop. Just walking by, high five. Hey, man, you looking good today. Good to see you. Good to see you, Senator. Half of them drilling. Like that Dianne Feinstein. Comes back after 2 months. Oh, Senator Feinstein, how have you been? I'm good. How was your time off? Time off? I've been here every day. What? Ma'am, I've been here every day voting. You don't know what you're talking about. Bitch, you've been in the hospital. You ain't know where you are. And that Fetterman, have you seen the stuff of that Fetterman dude? There's like 5 different pictures out there. It's hard to tell how many body doubles, if any, he's got. This dude definitely got a body double they're using. You could tell by the speech, by their talk, their delivery, their speech, that it was a different guy. Fetterman, he still slurs. He still needs his little device to interpret for him. Mitch McConnell having his. Do I see that shit? Right in the middle of a sentence. I die. Well, I was done. They drug his cold corpse away. How did those? And Nancy Pelosi, 82 years old, running for office again. She can't hardly even speak a sentence. She's so jerky, and she's trying to do. It's like, wow. In San Francisco, she gave a little speech. I saw a little clip of it. I'm running again because now is not the time to abandon my people in San Francisco. I'm here to fight for you. This, it's going to get better. You made it this bad. You made it this bad. Now you're sitting here going, I ain't leaving you now. It's bad. I'm going to fix it. Wait a minute. You said that 38 years ago. I'm here to fix it. Nancy Pelosi, and I'm here to take this city to the future and get paid while I'm doing it. My husband. Wow. That's balls. That's balls right there. Running a place in the ground like that, enriching yourself, and then coming back to the well again going, I know you got it bad. I'm here to help. You've been here for 30 plus years. You ain't helped yet. But I'm gonna now. I see how bad you got it now. I'm here. We didn't see this coming. Wow. Well, if y'all noticed, whoever sees this in the future, yeah, Kathy's not. I hadn't had to make her coffee. She hadn't gotten up because she ain't here. She's in Allen, a corporate deal. She had a 3-day corporate deal up there. And she was like, "You can go with me?" I'm like, "Why would I go with you? I'm gimpy. I'm on a freaking broken ankle. You know, I ain't gonna go anywhere, do anything. I'm gonna go sit up there and sit in a hotel room. You know, why would I do that?" She's like, "Well, I just thought you might want to go." No, got no interest. Plus, I hired a guy. He finished off the bathroom. It needed painting. And back when I was doing that bathroom, and I hurt my shoulder, and I hurt my ankle, and I broke my toes. I hadn't gotten back in there to finish. It needed some painting. It's a little caulking, a little paint, need a little texturing on the sheetrock, and I just can't get on my knees. The low spots all have to be done, and working over my head like that in the ceiling, just can't do it now. So I hired a guy. He did a great job. Cheap. Oh, he was so cheap. I gave him an extra $50 because he did such a good job. Great job. That bathroom looks good. It looks real good. And I'm going to hire him to come back and do some flooring. I'm going to hire his butt to come back and do my deck. I'm going to hire his butt to come back and and paint this place again before we leave. And man, when you find good help, I ain't gonna let go of him. His daughter cleaned our house for the first time last week and did an amazing job for cheap. And I gave her extra money. I'm like, yeah, that's worth more than that to me. Gave him some extras. So now I got the daughter. She's cleaning. The dad, he's gonna be doing some flooring and sheetrock and stuff. And then her husband, he's a mechanic. I should be getting my truck back. God, I'm so mad at Felipe. I should be getting my truck here in the next several weeks. But that guy's a good mechanic on older stuff. So yeah, getting some things done. I'm gonna hire him. I'm gonna hire him probably next week to go clean my other garage out down at the bottom. And then I'll do the other garage. But hard to find good help. When you find good help, it's nice. It's nice. You can trust him. And he's so conscientious. He probably 3 or 4 times came to me. Senor, you wanna come look? I'll show you. See, don't do this. I'm a man. It looks great. It looks great. You okay? It's good. Yeah, it's fine. It looks good. You're doing great. Okay. Thank you. I'm like, yeah, you're doing great. It looks very good. Even when Alan was here, we went out of town, and he's like, "Oh, while you're gone, is there anything I can do?" I said, "Yeah, you can paint this hallway. Here's the paint. Here's stuff. Paint this hallway." He said, "Okay." Come back. A hole on the ceiling down the sides. Couldn't cut it in. Couldn't tape it off. I don't know why. Just this. It's all over the ceiling, around the door trim and stuff. It's the mess. This is the mess. And I straightened it up. Straightened it out. Got it looking halfway decent, but I never did the ceiling. He got in there and cut in that ceiling. Painted that hallway ceiling. Now it looks right. That always bugged me. Walk down that hall and you see that overpaint all the way down both sides. But he fixed it. And that's not easy to do, to get up there on colors like that and blend in white ceiling with painted over edges and stuff. They're good at that. He's a good painter. Oh, and the texture on the ceiling. Wow. He did really good matching that over my shower. That helped. That was all new over the shower because we took it down the studs. But does it help to complain? I don't know. It makes me feel better sometimes, I guess. Just get it out of my brain because it's driving me so crazy. You just want to, these reporters and stuff, you just want to slap them. Why are you asking them that stupid shit? Ask them where the hell the money came from. How'd you get so rich? How come you got this mansion? How come y'all got private planes now? What's going on? You know, you're just a senator. You only make $170,000 a year. What's going on? You know, let's see your books. What's going on? Who all you got employed? Yeah, nobody does. You know, none of these reporters go, enough of this, Ben. Why are you lying to us about all of this? Just quit lying to us. We know better. Every one of those reporters go, yeah, we're with them. We know you're lying. We're not going to buy this Ben anymore. We're not going to buy the bullshit. You know, if you're going to keep saying, you know, no comment, no comment, no comment, can't comment on that, then we're going to get you out of office. So you can't tell us what's going on. You got to go. You got to go. If you can't be honest. And everybody in my lifetime, we're going to be the most transparent administration ever. Nobody's ever going to be more transparent than we are right now. And talk about limo tent. Every one of them's got a limo tent. Can't see nothing. Hey, I thought y'all gonna be transparent. They'll let the window down a little bit. Yeah, I'm right here. You can see me. You see what I'm doing? Everything's fine. We're transparent. Well, what do you got in there? Let's look. There's nothing. Nothing we're not supposed to have. Nothing outside of the legislation we've written. Everything is fine. Roll the window. See ya. Okay. I guess y'all are doing what's best for me. I guess every day you wake up going, I gotta do better for the Gartmans. I gotta do better for him. Whatever. I wish one of them would just be honest and go, look, I'm up here. I took this first ride in politics, and I got such a high off of the respect and adoration and the power I got from it. I had to seek office again. When I won another office, it was even more empowering, and I got more power. I had more people coming to me wanting my power, and I couldn't live without that power anymore. And I'm like, be honest. You know, tell us the truth. The power of standing there and you got 1,000 people, you know, listening to you and cheering you and telling you, we're behind you. We love you. We want you. You're the best. You know, kind of power that they love. And once they get that power, all you have to just threaten them with it. You'll lose that power. Get in line. We can't imagine what it's like. First time a congressman goes into a restaurant and they go, oh, Congressman so-and-so, welcome. Come on in. Let's get you a table, our best table over here. So glad you're here. Taking pictures, you know. Got to feel pretty good. What is it, you know? What does the average man do with that? You know? And it just ramps up. What happens? They get compromised. Because they all say they're Christians. All of them. All of them believe in God. All of them, their faith is very important to them. But it doesn't seem like any of them actually practice and follow it. But does it help? I don't know. I don't know if it helps. But 116 minutes in, that's all I got to say. Does it help that I do these videos at all? I don't care. Helps me. 10 people watch, 20, 30, whatever. I appreciate anybody that does watch. I just hope it helps. Helps me. Helps me. It's good to spit it all out. Sit there and take in so much information. You see all that, and it just keep reeling and reeling, going, oh my God, until you gotta unload it, start anew. But yeah, that video I showed that guy, he's funny. He's got the goods on Biden. He does real good montages like that, pointing out the sheer ignorance of our resident in chief. Yeah, he's just a resident. But we got God. That's what we got. We got the end times. And the way this shit's going even really, really makes the camp of the saints even more logical at this time. Because what's the thing? You got to get off the grid. You got to get out of their electronic loop. Can't hide from them. There's no way you can get away from them. They can monitor you. They can listen to you. They can listen to us right now. You know, and the only way is to go off grid. And Camp of Saints is going to basically, I know it's going to be an off-grid situation wherever people like minds, body of Christ come together and say, we can't do this anymore. And those who can set up systems, real men of God, engineers, plumbers, construction people that are in the body of Christ, and we can do it. We can do it, no problem. They're already doing it all over the place. A lot of them going up. One of the ones is Bertaria, Owen Benjamin still. They've done some pretty cool shit, man. They've done some real good. They've set up some nice compounds, bought some nice properties, and it's that's what it's for. It's for when you're done with it. You want to get off the grid. They got places. They're starting to set them up, folks. Look into it. But other than that, I guess that's all I got. Love y'all. Good vibrations, good discernment. Y'all take care.